guys, it's Phoenix here, and what is up? I've got something special for you today. It's a tips and tricks for Call of Duty in general, not just Ghosts, not just Black Ops. You can use it on any game you like. I actually think this might work, even on like something like Battlefield. You know, it's a tall proposition, but I think it might work. So without further ado, let's get into it. First thing is, when should you aim down sights? You should aim down your sights around every corner. Try that. Just keep constantly ADS around every single corner. So you go around the corner, ADS, going around it. The second thing is, don't use a sight that you're not comfortable with. So personally, I love iron sights. I love them to death, but I hate thermal sight with a passion. So if it's the opposite, use your thermal sight. Use whatever sight you like. Don't force yourself to use the iron sights. Don't force yourself to use a red dot if you hate it. Just generally go for what you like. That's one of the biggest things. If you know what, I hate thermal because I hate thermal because I don't get that field of view. If you like not having that field of view, it's fine by me. Just ADS around every corner and it will help you a lot. Now, when you're shooting at an enemy, focus, like actually look down the sight. Don't just look in the general area of the sights. Now I know I found myself doing this. When you're aiming down the sight, you don't actually look through the sight. You look at the person and you just kind of try to align it without looking through the sight. Now, if you actually look through your sight, like as if you were actually aiming, your accuracy, I hate when that happens. Your accuracy will go skyrocketing. It will be amazing. It'll be a lot better than it used to be, and you'll be able to kill people a lot faster. So with these two together, you generally have a lot higher kill times, a lot lower kill times, no mistake. So this is one of the first things you can do. Now this will help you for a surprise attack, and it will help you with if you know the enemy's there on defense. It's very versatile. You can use it anywhere, to be quite honest. Now, second thing I wanted to talk about is something called choke points, or just generally map advantages. So stuff in the map that gives you an advantage. So a vantage point, a choke point, anything where you can defend really easily. So what a choke point is somewhere where one or more people, very few people, can defend that area against a lot more people. So have you seen the movie 300? You know how the Spartans were camping in that valley area that was really small and the Persians had to funnel in? Same idea. Like on Whiteout, there's some alleys there that work really well. You can defend those so easily. Like where the B flag is, that's pretty easy to defend. Also around I think C flag, there's this little small alley. That you can defend so easily with one person single-handedly against the entire team. Enemy team. It's pretty darn solid. So use those to your advantage. So that I'll give you some tips on choke points. If it's near a flag, allow the enemy to capture said flag and just stay in the alleyway, in the choke point, because the choke points are usually positioned so that they don't interfere with spawns. So the people will not look at you there. So they'll just pass right by you, and you can shoot them there. And I know, like, maybe they'll realize, okay, there's somebody there. They'll tell their teammates. But you know, it's so easy to defend. You can stay there for like about 5 kills, and you'll be fine. After about 5 kills, I think you should move out, because then they'll start ganging up on you. But 5 kills, that's pretty good. Out of one place, that's pretty darn solid. That's actually the main reason why I use them. It's just a good place to defend. It's a good place to just get a lot of kills. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is psychological exploits, because you're playing against people. They're humans. They can be predicted. You can manipulate them. It may sound cruel, but it works. So let me tell you a few things you can use. So coaxing. So you can coax somebody to come towards you. Like, I think I forget the name of the map, but it's got like a diner area, and in that diner area the A flag is right beside there, and if you capture the A flag and you kill people around there, they'll just come towards you. And this is only really good for bad players, because bad players won't kill you very easily, so you can just pick them off easily. Better players, this doesn't work so much, but it really works against worse players. Now, When they come towards you, you just pick them off one by one. And this is so good because they just come to you like headless chicken. I swear, it's just like that. And the second thing, another psychological tip, is flag caps. If you stay on a flag for just a bit, enemies will come towards you. They will. So say, I'll give you a situation. So say C is captured by the enemy, and I go by C. I stay there for like 2 seconds. Enemies will realize, okay, there's somebody at C. Let's go get him. If you stay there for just 2 seconds, and you come off, and you get a decent position. So say you put yourself in a corner or like lie down. It may seem a bit campy, but when the people come, you can just kill them right there and just run off. It's easy. You just bait them in and you can kill them. It's how people have been hunting for thousands of years. It works. It's programmed to be like that. You're not people go for enemies even though they might be hiding somewhere, and it's like an ambush. You're just ambushing them, right? Really, to be quite honest. So ambushing people, it's really good. You can just get a ton of kills. And now another thing is flanking. The thing about flanking is that most people don't check their flanks. That's the thing about flanks. So on some maps, you have like little back trails that take you into the behind of one of the flags. So there's this urban place where you can go into the A flag from the side that most people never look through. They go through there, but they don't defend it, which is pretty good for somebody who just stays there and just go and kills them. Actually, you don't stay there because that will be pretty bad, but you just look around the corner and you can get 3 kills easily, just like that. Just done. You got 3 kills right there, and that's already a SATCOM. That's pretty good. It's really useful to do this, and these psychological tips, they can be guarded against, so don't use them against very good players. This is when like the lobby is a bit newbie and you just want to go out and just pwn them. Then you use these, and most people fall for them. So now the third thing is sound. Now sound has been stressed to hell, back to hell, and back, and maybe even more times. But sound, you can't say it enough. It's the most important thing. You listen. Just get yourself some headsets. Like I have a headset right now that I got for free, and it works very well. So you don't have to spend that much money. You can use it for music, anything. It works for anything. So you haven't lost much. It's a good investment, and you also you can just hear everything. The immersion is so much better with headphones in. Now the second thing about the sound is train yourself to be able to locate sounds. So is it to the right, is it to the left, is it up, or is it down? These things can be quite hard to tell, up or down especially, just because it's kind of hard to gauge, because we don't have an ear on the bottom of our head. That would be really weird, but that would make it a bit easier, but we don't. So that's why it gets a bit iffy when you're trying to locate the sound, if it's up or down. You just need to train yourself. It's possible, but it's not going to be easy. So you have to train yourself, you have to practice, you have to master it, you have to make a conscious effort until it becomes subconscious. Now this third one is something not many people mention, but it's very important. You have to learn what the callouts are. So your teammates, like, you know how your character every so often says like, "Cover me, I'm reloading," or something along those lines, like "enemy in the open." You have to learn those. When somebody says enemy in the open, there's an enemy in the open. So look in the open, you see the enemy, pick them off, and they will give you the location of enemies. So it'd be like enemy in the guard tower. There's an enemy in the guard tower. So use that. Your teammates are like unlimited SATCOM. I swear to God, it's so good. And now, this last thing is it's a tip on how to sound whore better. So use your minimap to confirm the source of the sound. So if you hear footsteps coming from your right, let's say, and you're not sure if it's a friendly or an enemy, look on your minimap. If you see like one of those triangles as a friendly, it's probably a friendly. Like coming from right about where you think the sound is coming from, it's a friendly. But if there's nothing there, it's an enemy. 100% sure. So that's a good way to confirm whether or not it is an enemy or is your teammate. and like it's very useful. Once you put all these 4 things together, you just own. Now the last thing you do after you've mastered I hate when that happens. Like sometimes your English doesn't work. I don't know why, but once you master these 4 previous tips, you do something called conditioning. Use your least favorite weapon, excluding snipers and shotguns, just because those require a different style of gameplay to be good with, or a pistol if you want to go all out for a really long time until you're very good with that terrible weapon. And once you're really good with that terrible weapon, you can switch back to your favorite weapon, and you will be insanely good. Now, Drifter, I know a lot of you know about him, have said something along these lines with Clueless challenge. Like, I think that it's pretty overboard. Like, it works, I believe it works, but using Akimbo kind of takes a bit of a different playstyle to be good with, rather than being ADSing. So I really don't want you to have to readjust to being able to ADS. So that's the only thing I don't like about that tip he gave there. My philosophy is less weight, more reps, rather than more weight, less reps. And if you use like a pistol with a silencer, like a Python with a silencer and something else, I believe it's much better than using Akimbo and ACOG. Just because it is easier, but it's a lot more similar to the weapon you will be using. It's a lot more similar. It's not just out there. It's what are you doing? It's a lot more similar, so you can relate. You can transfer the skills over really easily. And since it's a lot worse, it's gonna have the same effect. So that's my tips. Like I said, this works for every single Call of Duty. So I personally think you should try it in Ghosts first, just because the weapons kill a lot faster. Once you've mastered it in Ghosts, try Black Ops 2, let's say, and post in the comments how you do, because I'm actually really curious. This worked for me. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work for you. Just tell me, does it work? If you find any more tips that you want me to say, go ahead, put them in the comments. I'll probably make another video if there's enough. But these are like the basics that I've found that work. So, you know what? That's about it for today. And as always, cheerio.